Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Monday, August 10th. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Hopefully everybody checked out my Sunday weekly levels and bands video from yesterday. Currently, market balanced is extremely balanced. So we are definitely in a very balanced state here in the ES and NQ markets for sure. So we'll kind of get into why I think that they are so currently balanced and what exactly that means for today's trading day. But let's start off here. Let's start off on the ES. ES actually had a really nice rejection here early this morning on the prior day high. Now, let's see where there it is. Yeah, really nice rejection here at prior day high at the 77.86. Really nice rejection here, even for the second time. I was taking a look at this trade here early this morning. I was hoping to see a footprint rejection here, or a delta flip right here back on the retest. Did not get it, so I ended up not getting into this trade, but I definitely was looking at this one this morning for sure. All right, what else? Some things to kind of look out for. Let's get this guy out of here. Our first update of the morning. We had a golden level trade that I gave you guys on last week. I provide these golden levels every single morning on my X account. So we got to go back into to August 6th, which was last week. Gave you guys this short at the 77.97 with a 5-point TP and a 5-point stop loss. So it's a 1-to-1 risk to reward on that trade. We ended up this morning at about 2:45 in the morning. We ended up spiking into very close to taking out this golden level. This ended up coming into the 77.96 and a quarter. So we were exactly 3 ticks away from getting into this entry here. As we missed it, okay? So as we missed it that close, again, people that are in my signal service, people that have been trading with me for several years, they already know that for me, this is a clear invalidation of this level. Can this level work out? Yes, it can. Price action can come right back into here, and we can definitely get our 5 points. But the probability, the edge that I am looking for is currently gone from this exact level here at the 77.97. And why I say that? Because one, my entry was off by 3 ticks, not 3 points, 3 ticks. And what happens in scenarios like this is that the volume, the unbalanced volume from sellers that was sitting here, okay, one, I was off, okay, I was off by 3 ticks. And then number two, what generally happens is when you get a strong pivot like this off of a key level or a key area that I want to trade from, what starts to occur? Well, we then start to get stops being put in here from aggressive sellers that now think, okay, well, now we were able to defend this level here at the 77.96. And we anticipate now a bigger move to the downside. So a natural place for them to put their stop losses are going to be right in this area right here, okay? So what generally occurs when price action comes back into here, we will get a retracement, and then we will blow those stops that were sitting here, and then we might get a pretty big spike to the upside where our 5-point stop loss sitting up here can get has a higher probability of getting hit than obviously if price action would have just gone 3 more ticks to the upside, and then we would have gotten the dump to the downside. So this golden level 77.97 has been invalidated for the morning, but not to worry, there's still some other trade opportunities that we can take a look at. And while we're here, we're still going to talk about this is a weekly band. This is all seller controlled here. So even though we have killed off this golden level trade at the ES short, this is still an area that the market should have general difficulty in piercing through to the upside. Okay. And the only problem is with this is that I would say like this lower half of this band now has kind of been violated with this price action that occurred early this morning. After that, we've got another band that is sitting at the 78.10 to the 78.05. So there's about a width here of about 5 points. Okay. This would be your next trading opportunity here on the ES. Limit order at the 78.05. Stop loss sitting 1 point above this band. So the 78.11. And a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward, which would end up looking something like this. And guys, the risk to reward is extremely important. Just trust me, it's gonna help your accounts dramatically. Stay in profit, and over the long run, will you lose some trades on the risk to reward? Yes, of course you will. That's part of trading. Okay. But if you let the math do its job for you, you will find that in the long run, having a very disciplined strategy, and you can't get much more disciplined than this. This is just a straight limit order here with a stop loss sitting 1 point above. So what this trade exactly is going to look like would be, let me just get this to 2 contracts here. And order entry. So this is what the order would look like. 78.05, again, limit order to go short. Take profit at the 78.11 even, and your take profit at the 77.96. It's exactly what this order would look like here on the ES. Oh. Not sure what happened there. Oh. I gotta get onto my cash account. It was on my Blue Sky funded account. Sorry about that. So my trade copier got a little crazy there. So now let's redo these here. Iron beam. Sorry. 2 settings I forgot. All right, now we're there. So that's what that trade would look like. And again, on these golden level trades, these are all 1-to-1. So on the ES, it's always going to be 5-point TP, 5-point stop loss. On the NQ, it's going to be 15-point take profit, 15-point stop loss. Sitting above, we have a prior weekly high at the 78.20. Again, important to note on your chart, a lot of volume sitting right here. Okay, these are all of those shorts that were in the money, and natural place for, I would say, higher level institutional type of trading. This weekly high is going to be extremely important for liquidity. So again, that's going to be sitting at the 78.20. We go below where price action is currently at. Looks like we're going to retest this prior day high here again. We've got the current open at the 77.76. So that's a daily level that you definitely want to have marked up on your charts. Prior day open, 77.35. Prior day low, 77.25. Again, these are Friday's lows, so just make sure that you understand that when you're looking at it on a Monday. And lastly, for buyers, again, we finally get to some buying volume down here, but it's all the way down at the 76.53 to the 76.49. Again, very simple trade idea. Long at the 76.53. Stop loss sitting 1 point below, so the 46.48 and a quarter. Take profit is 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. Let's just make sure that we've got this guy lined up correctly here. We go 1 up, there we go. And then this guy is going to be sitting 1 below right there. this trade's going to look something like this. A limit order to go long at the 76.53.50. A take profit at the 76.61. And a stop loss sitting at the 76.48.50. Again, 1-to-1 risk, 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. So that is our ES currently in a nutshell here for today. Now, if I pull this up on the 15-minute, so remember we had a pretty big gap in last session's or last weekend's Sunday Open. The ES really didn't fill any of that gap. Okay, the NQ filled it, almost 90% of the gap filled in. On the ES, there is still that big gap even from the prior Sunday's Open. Now, if we kind of take a look at price action here, let me just clean the chart up here a little bit. So let me take off the deep trades here, and we'll take off the weekly volume profiles here. If we take a look at price action here on the ES, again, what I consider to be a pretty balanced market. You know, every move to the upside was met really with a counterbalance to the downside. Another move to the upside, counterbalance to the downside. A little mini pump balances it out. Another pump balances it out. This is all balanced price action. There's no impulsive move. There's no break of structure that we're seeing on an impulsive move, which is exactly what I'm looking for in the markets. So when I say that we are currently in a balanced market, we are in a very, very balanced market on the ES and on the NQ. And in scenarios like that, the trade ideas will start to have pretty big gaps between them, okay? Because there's nothing here that I like to trade. This is all a crapshoot, to be honest with you. The only things that I would say are areas of interest are going to be in your daily levels in a scenario of balanced price action. Now, can we go from a balanced market state to an unbalanced market state? Absolutely, very, very quickly. It just takes one piece of unscheduled headline news. Today we don't have any high impact news. We've just got some smaller reports coming out, but in general we have no scheduled high impact news today. But there could always be something that comes out on the Iran war, something with oil, something with the Strait, and that could cause price action to have impulsivity back into the market, and then create a very unbalanced state very quickly. Now, for me personally, that's where my trading opportunities come. It's very simple for me because, you know, we're just kind of sitting like this, and everything has been kind of retraced, and everything is kind of balanced out on the way up. Very difficult for me to trade. Again, besides maybe those daily levels that are created in the market every single day. You've got your daily levels on your volume profile. I've given you guys, if you guys watched the stream on Friday, I showed you guys exactly how I mark out my pre-session levels right at the market, at the New York market open, and I wait 30 minutes for the regular cash session to pretty much kind of play out, and I chart to see what areas on the chart have areas of confluence where a pre-session volume profile level starts to match up with a New York session volume profile. And when those two areas start to line up, that's a piece of confluence. If I then on top of that have an area of unbalanced volume, meaning price action that spikes and breaks structure and doesn't have any wicks coming back into this area, all of this here is unbalanced. Well, if I've got a point of control for the pre-session and I've got a value area low for the New York session, and we are in an unbalanced volume area, this becomes an A+++++ setup, okay? And even in scenarios of market where market conditions that are very balanced, there's still plenty of trading opportunities for the day. So now we'll jump into Bali, good morning. JLo's, good morning. Trader 007, good morning. Tiger Trades, good morning. Steve, good morning as well. All right, now we'll take a look at the NQ. Again, NQ is in a very, very similar market condition where we are extremely balanced out. And again, I'll show you the bigger picture on this one here shortly as well. Give me 1 second. Let's get my deep trades on here. There we go. All right. So market has pretty much been consolidating here at the prior day high and the current open here today. Now it looks like we are looking to break down from underneath this area. Again, best scenario on these type of daily trades is to let price action kind of run out. We've got value area low sitting down here. It might want to test this value area low. It might come right back up in here into the current open. This is where you want to really take a look and see how the reaction occurs. If the market really wants to continue price discovery to the downside, wait for confirmation over here, either a candlestick confirmation, or in my case, I would be using a footprint confirmation. But we already know that the prior day high here at the 29,867 has been an area of interest here early this morning. And currently we have just broken down on this current open at the 29,850. So kind of looking above. Same thing on the ES that I was telling you guys earlier. We do have the prior weekly high sitting at the 30,074. I believe that happened on Tuesday off of that really 1,000-point move to the upside that we had on the NQ. This is exactly the pivot for that that big initial move, which we have retraced a good amount of that move to the downside here as well. Now below us, so let's kind of take a look and see what are buyers doing down here. Our first weekly, wow, what a terrible W. Our first weekly band is, and this is again all for buyers. So a lot of buying volume sitting down here. It's going to be sitting at the 29,706 to the 29,676. Okay, pretty big band here. You're looking at about 30 points here on this band. Okay. We do have a daily band sitting down here, which is a lot more, I would say, easier to digest for, especially for prop firm traders. This would be a really nice limit order sitting at the 29,701. Stop loss could be sitting up about 2 or 3 points below this 29,684 level. Now that's a more detailed one. If you want to be conservative, you want to maybe drop down in position size just a little bit or go to minimum position size. To be conservative and to capture this entire move, you could set a limit order right at the top of this band here at the 29,706. I do this quite often. I will sometimes even put a limit order right here and another limit order right here at the 29,701. And I will average my position out to, somewhere in between, like at the 50 retracement mark here, in this kind of weekly band area that's sitting right above the daily, because many times you'll get price action that will come in. It'll tap this band right here from the weekly band and it's off to the races. And generally when this happens, when this exact price action happens here, where you're taking, you got price action coming and it just taps and goes, those are the ones that run for 200 to 300 points on average. Okay. I've already done the back testing on all of these. I trade them very aggressively. And I'm always looking for really, really strong risk to rewards on those trades. So again, those would be your two options here. I'll kind of map out both of the options here for you so that you know exactly what to kind of look for. This would be sitting right there. Stop here would be sitting, probably be sitting at the 29,674. 29,674. Again, entry would be right at the top of this band, 29,706 3/4. And your risk to reward on this trade would be a 1 to 1.5. Right there. Okay. Again, you guys know certain things from me. If you've got a daily value or a volume profile level in between your TPs, meaning we've got a point of control that's sitting here at the 29,750. Okay, I believe this is the weekly point of control. Do I want to have my target sitting up here, or do I want to have my target sitting at the point of control? It's a much better idea to have your target sitting at a key level than trying to fight that extra, 5 or 6 points to, it just doesn't make any sense to be. In this scenario, we would be about 40 points in profit up here. Looking for maybe another 5 or 6 points. It's just not worth it. I think it's better just to, to take your profit right at that level at the 29,750. Good round number. And then your secondary trade, or depending if, what your risk profile is going to be looking like. Your next trade would look like this. Again, limit order entry long at the 29,701.50. 29,701.50. Stop loss sitting at the 29,680. And we on these, we go always 1 to 2 risk to reward on the dailies. Great risk to reward on these trades. And your TP would be sitting at the 29,742. So again, just so you guys can see what this order would look like, your entry would be at the 29,701.50. Your stop loss would be sitting at the 29,681. And your TP would be sitting at the 29,742.50. Now we keep going down just a little bit. Here we go. This is our new golden level of the day. My drawings have been pretty damn awful this morning. Golden level of the day, 29,591. 29,591. Very, very simple way to trade these golden levels. These are always going to be 1 to 1. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for the madness. So we're going to be looking at 15 points, which would put you right there. Stop loss is going to be right there. This order would look like a limit order long at the 29,591. A take profit at the 29,606, and a stop loss at the 29,576. Very, very easy trade. Again, extremely prop friendly, and kind of honestly no-brainer trades on all of these. I mean, that's the purpose of this live show here now every morning, is to give you real trading examples. Real setups that I'm taking, and with the exact parameters of the trade. So there's no room for interpretation. Many of you guys know when I am trading throughout the day, if you guys, obviously, you guys watched me on Friday during Cash Profit Friday, which was my 12th straight green day of the month, or I should say in the last 12 days, 12 straight days in green. I will I will look at trades as price action is developing. Okay, so like we might get an area of unbalanced volume that's sitting right here, and it might line up with the prior day high, or it might line up with the point of control, which it actually does. This lines up right here with the point of control. I start getting some confluences, and then what I look for is I look for price action to come back and test my level, test my area, and then how I trade these is with a footprint confirmation, where I could see a down footprint confirmation with positive delta. Okay, I've had many traders that have said just simply the footprint, the delta flip alone has changed their trajectory of their trading performance and stats and overall confidence in setups. I've got many people that have messaged me for that. So, but during the show, really what the show is focused on is simply limit orders, positive risk to reward, and kind of no-brainer things. These are currently on micros. Yeah, these are definitely on micros. On my NinjaTrader, live account, this guy right here, and I say this guy right here, but now he's there. Let's see, I gotta connect here. Give me 1 second. There we go. So on my NinjaTrader cash account, these are all being traded on E-minis. I've got about $15,000 in my live account on NinjaTrader, so that's E-mini worthy. But in deep trades, as you guys have seen my account balances, as I show my account balances on my live account on stream, let's see if I can pull this off here. Take off my signature. There you go. So that's my live cash account balance on my Iron Beam. Opened this up with you guys about a month and a half ago, when I started off with deep charts. And on this account, yes, these are traded to micros. And I've got a Tradify 25K account, funded account that, you know what, let me just pull them up. Full transparency, all the account numbers, everything. I don't care whatever you guys want to do with it. So my Iron Beam account currently is at 50,069, which is a really nice improvement over the last 2 weeks. Really crawled back almost $1,200 on that account. I've got a 25K account with Tradify that is currently sitting at 26,467. I need about $40 more on that account to take $1,000 payout. I've got a Tradify 50K funded, which is sitting at 51,202. And then this is just an eval. This is a Lucid 50K eval sitting right there. So on those accounts, you guys messed up my my formatting. I had so pretty. There we go. Now on NinjaTrader, I've got a bigger live account, so bigger balance on that brokerage, and I've got all my 50Ks attached, all my Apex PAs, my Tradify PAs, my Tradify fundeds. Those all trade E-minis. So that's the really NinjaTrader's kind of like my bigger, I don't even say bigger trades, because what I've been doing is I've been pretty simply taking my key level that I want to trade, and I've been just doing a 10 point take, 10 point stop loss with a 40 point take profit. So it's either a $200 win or $200 loss, or an $800 or $1,000 win. Actually, most of them have been 50 points. So it's currently the way I'm trading it. I hope you get, believe that's Joe. I hope a Rob reversal Bob Pierce here at the morning open. I know you've been actively trading. I think you're also trading it in the Asia session. All right, so we've got I think enough. We got enough trade ideas here to make some money here this morning. We've got a few NQ trades, so this would be the first setup here to the long. Second one would be the golden level at the 29,591. Again, straight 15-point take profit, 15-point stop loss. I'm gonna need to adjust this quantity, increase the quantity here a little bit. And we also went over. Where's the ES? We obviously went over the ES. Let me just switch this back down to the 5-minute. But be patient here today. Monday trading. Very balanced market conditions right now, so be extremely patient. For those of you joining me late, I did invalidate my golden level at the 77.97 here this morning. Gave that update on my X account. Go all the way to the top. ES short 77.97 trade invalidated, and main reason that it was invalidated is that the setup looked great. You know, it's just we missed this by 3 ticks here. Tapped in the right around 245 this morning, and had a strong sell-off off of that. So when scenarios like this happen where I miss my entry by a few ticks, not a few points, but a few ticks, I will go ahead and invalidate it. It's not to say that this trade can still not play out. It can, but the edge has been diminished significantly, because now you've got all these aggressive sellers that have been winning, and they now put their stop losses. Natural place for stop loss to be sitting is right there, and that's going to be fuel for the fire, and we might get a spike through that stop loss level, and we could possibly take out that 5-point stop loss sitting right there. Now, this is a weekly band that is all controlled by sellers, so we most likely will see a rejection through this band. I'm not saying that this is going to pump it right through, but the edge, the durability of this band has diminished. And your next selling band is sitting at the 78.05 to the 78.10. So those are all your trading opportunities here on the NQ and the ES. Oh, and then last one I'm going to talk about is gold. Gold's just been an absolute ripper, man. Absolute ripper. So it's been leaving some buying volume sitting below it. First band to be looking out for in GC is going to be at the 73.21.1 to the 43.04.3, and your next band's going to be sitting at the 42.65.3 to the 42.47.3. Now, if we switch over to the weekly bands, these are the bands that I give you on Sunday. So yesterday, these bands get published. Extremely important to have your weekly bands plotted on your chart. Okay, extremely important. I don't care what strategy it is that you're using. If you're using a strategy of mine or your own strategy, have these areas marked up on your chart so you're not accidentally taking a short in this 29,082 to the 2,900 area. I would not be shorting in this area. I would be looking for longs. This is all buyer controlled volume. Okay. So I give you guys these bands every single Sunday. These are your strongest bands for the week. Okay. What I give you guys on the morning show are your developing daily bands and sometimes developing weekly bands. But your Sunday bands are going to be your absolute strongest area on the chart to have your trades or have your at least these bands set up so that you're not again, you're not taking a short in an area controlled by buyers. Same thing on the ES. I think we just have one band below us on the ES, 75.44 to the 74.95. Okay, we have some tradable levels that are here. Again, If you guys want to receive my email report on the bands and for everything for gold, these are the weekly bands in gold. The ones that I gave you earlier were daily bands. You do not want to be shorting the market here on gold at the 43.10 to the 42.89. If you go to my website, which is robstrades.com, right on the homepage, you will get it will ask you to put in your email and your name. And then on Sunday, you will receive my email report that has all the bands, all of the tradable levels for the current week in a really nice email format. And it's my gift to you guys as traders here. All right, guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day here. Stay patient. Remember, we are in a very balanced market, so wait for extremes. Wait for impulsivity to come into the market, create break of structures, or really look for either your key levels, your daily levels, or your volume profile levels. A hybrid of pre-session, New York session, mesh them together, find areas that you have impulsive moves below it, wait for price action to come back there, take the short, take the long. That's all I got for you guys.